Good day, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between. This is Toad Link here with Danganronpa stream number 10. In the last stream, we ended off midway through the investigation after we saw that Tenko was murdered, along with Angie Yonaga. That was before. Now I think we're done in this room, so maybe we should start heading out. Let's go. I wonder where we have to go to now. We might need to go back to Kyo's room. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. Oh dear. Please don't tell me there's a third one. What's this going on? What? Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I thought so. You little fucker. Oh my god. I knew it. You bitch. Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream in terror, cry in terror? What are you doing? Oh, sorry. I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood. Okay, so what are you doing exactly, you little crazy psycho? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. And then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. You stepped through the floorboard? Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard. He's gonna pass out, isn't he? Good luck. If you're gonna lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What? Aw, wait a minute. If that was all of it... Shit, now I feel like a fool. I thought there was more.
Confidence.
Well?
Dreams. That's what the Killing Game is all about. Killing Game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the Killing Game.
But Let's Plays and streams are a lot better. I can tell you that for certain.
The Killing Game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
Yeah, now I feel like a damn fool. I guess, time's up. Oh man, it's 'cause you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something. What were you gonna check? I wanted to research the scions again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the science as what was written in this document. He drew his magic circle the same exact way as the picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you later. You gonna be okay like that, buddy? At the class trial. So, see ya. See you there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi. I love how that's a thing. Let's go too. You okay there, Maki? Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see. So even she gets nervous sometimes.
Do you want to die?
What are you staring at? Do you want to die? No thank you, please. I'd rather do that after we do this. Well, shit. I still can't check it? Real quick. Fuck, we're fine. Alright, fine. Fast travel time. We're still rocking the the Love Hotel theme now. Oh, let's get in. There's everybody. Our numbers slowly dwindling. It would appear we have all gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us. Well, yeah. Less friends mean it much harder to solve mystery. Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Ganta. Yeah, got to do his best to help. You seem pretty nervous there, Ganta. You alright? I'd want you to graduate from some super idiot level to at least Kaido idiot level. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? More importantly, are you okay, Kaito? Yeah, I'm feeling better now, but wow, Maki Roll does sure back a punch. It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far. Hey, take that back about Rantaro. He was a great guy. I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time, so I don't have to use mine. These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world. It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable. Oh, wow, Kyo. Tua, please lend us your power. It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Anji, who Atua loved most of all. She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua. So what? Robots can believe in God. They can also dream of magic sheep, or electric sheep, or whatever. Yeah. Actually, even before I met Anji, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. Oh dear. You might call it an inner voice. It told me what to do whenever I'm in trouble. How long are you gonna stay that for? Atua and Ghost don't matter right now. Yeah, the trial this time is gonna be rough. We've got caught in Monokuma's trap. His trap? He probably made the fourth floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating. No, he didn't. Yeah, there's no way. You get called out on Kaido. Suichi, say something. What should I say? Whatever. At least he's feeling better. You're kind of floating off the ground there, Kaido. This trial is gonna be rough since I couldn't do any investigating. Yeah, whatever. Don't have time. Fast trials take a long ass time. So let's get this let's get this show on the road. Yeah. Is there a way to? Yep, there it is. As usual, we walk towards the elevator in silence. Excuse me. As soon as we remaining survivors step aboard, the gate closes and we descend into the darkness. We descended. Yep. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster, and so we fell faster and faster downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it? The courtroom. Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed. You'll make Monodam sad. I think he's already kind of past the breaking point there, Monofani. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth. Let's hurry up and get this thing started. At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The third class trial was about to begin. Anji Yonaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try to prevent the killing game. Then Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. I feel like there's something stuck in my throat. The two of them were killed, the two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. Aw. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Well, at least this one is entirely filled out. 2 different people? Aw, okay, still there. We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we must find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Sure. Done. Nice. Okie doke. Let's go with the skills first. What do I have right now? I have quite a few number of slots open, but not as many things like shift, down shift can't be combined with down shift. Increase the speed of the reticle, trigger happy. Don't have anything basically. Ugh. Because I think I'm good for what I have right now. Let's go begin, shall we? Actually, wait. I want to check out what I have. Just need it for a refresher course. Okay, fine. Truth bullets. Non-Kuma file number 3. They're both killed in the same way. However, there's the laceration on her forehead. I would assume she got hit there. Okay, one of them swallowed the key, so that's gonna be something. Samugi. Okay, the class council with that. Sliding door lock, but there was also something on the handle, like gold leaf flakes. Only Kokichi can lock pick. Yeah, exact replica of Rantaro Kaede. Ryomen Kirumi hung upside down with the sword sticking out of Kaede. This is the Necronomicon. You need to place an effigy. Shape and size is irrelevant, but since it was the ultimate artist, she couldn't help herself. Cautioned. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Oh, for burning some of the ashes. Okay. Lacerations. Before it was not bleeding as much as it. The injury on the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should have been. Okay. Duct tape. Something happened to her, so I would assume she was gagged with the duct tape. A function that Kibo. Blinding light from his eyes. I don't know what that would do Dog statue is about 175 pounds. That's a lot, though. There are also the floorboards. Bloody Kokichi. Kokichi was investigating the neighboring room where the silence was held. He had stepped through one of the floorboards. The room also has part of the crosspiece cut off, the portion that supported the floorboard. Alright. Yes. Class trial start. Yeah.
Now then,
We already know this one.
I'll punish everyone.
Yes.
Smile.
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be
It's
much
fine.
help this time.
You look at Kurumi's X. It's really thin.
Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
You alright there, Himiko?
Who did it? Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be 2 killers.
So, our other culprit. might not be one of
Duh.
us here.
Hmm? What do you
She's
mean?
gonna maybe say that Tenko was the one who murdered Angie, and then somebody else murdered Tenko. Oh.
Transfer student. Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making
He's
stuff
gonna
up!
lose it in this one, isn't he?
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps
Sure.
going on.
Oh my god. Look at little Angie over there. She instead of being X'd out, she has a halo and like angel wings. Ha! That's funny. Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. Alright. Start this, shall we? Akuma file, head injury, effigies upside down, Necronomicon.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed two of
Highly
our
doubt
classmates.
Jesus. He's freaking out.
So, ritual did work?
No, it didn't.
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes, Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop
Sushi, say
it!
something. This isn't about believing in reviving the dead. I have to focus on their statements. Were all those statements correct? No, Ganta was the one. Because I think he was the... Whatever.
Ritual did work?
No, it didn't!
That's wrong!
Because the Necronomicon's still here. Technically, it's supposed to be burned if it did work.
I don't think Angie's
And
ritual.
I don't think it even got to the point of being successful.
According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, Gonta think Rantaro probably
There you
not
go.
culprit.
There you go, Ganta. Being assertive like that.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand.
Okay.
Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
Kaito, he's just messing with you and the entire screen is shaking.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so, so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum.
Well, I guess you're out next. Next, Monotaro.
Oh? So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this
They're gonna
whole
get stuck on
time?
this, aren't they?
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who? Who did
Ooh.
it?
Himiko's getting a little bit assertive now.
Step aside, halftime.
Oh, sure.
I'll handle this.
Let's see what you do.
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Alright, I guess she's taking center stand on this one. Art lab's front door, back door, lockpicking, and maybe this one.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kiyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo.
I did not care about
Yes,
some
you do.
katana.
Don't lie about that one.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm.
It's-
You went to the classroom, broke in,
Ah, yeah, only Kokichi.
and murdered the fuck out of Angie. Oh yeah! I'm a fucking genius!
Is Kiyo really the culprit? Does that story fit the facts of this case? We should think about it from the beginning.
The culprit.
Hold on. Is it only him? Can unlock it with his lockpicking skills.
Used a katana to
Broke
kill
in.
Angie.
What do you mean by broke in?
And it was found in Kiyo's research lab.
Because like wait, what was Samugi's account? Samugi's account. Artist lab since yesterday. She would unlock the door. Broke.
You went to the classroom,
Again.
broke.
Try it! Nope. Oh, fuck. Whether Kiyo had a key or not, Angie still would have let him into her lab. Okay. And from there, he could have pinned her down and murdered her just like that. Alright. I made a mistake. I think it's over. I need to think it over again. Okay, it's Samugi's. Because I didn't know what she meant by broke in. Because broken could have been like she picked the lock, he broke down the door. Huh. There we go.
That's wrong! No, Kiyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kiyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kiyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
Oh, how clever.
You can just
Samugi's always got Gonta's back.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe
No, he's
in
gonna
them.
try to see if he can pull like a Kaito from last trial.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't
Y-
people,
Aw.
Jack.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
Whatever. The culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Samugi. Well,
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect
Wow.
either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture
Ooh,
Gonta if
wow.
you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I...
Another mass panic, huh?
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Gonta not
No, I'm
culprit.
not the culprit.
Alright then, let's see what we can do. Mass panic. Hard lap back door, Necronomicon Sumugi's account.
We must consider other
Let's go with
possibilities.
Kibo first.
Surely
Oh
there
god,
must be
gentlemen,
suspects
no,
outside
okay.
the city council.
That's utterly impossible.
Possible.
A dead chick
Not
can't
just
be the
me.
Open the
culprit.
door.
Why?
Only student council members had access.
Out late at night.
I don't know who the
I
culprit
didn't know
is,
robots told such boring lies.
but it's definitely not me.
Better
That,
robophobic
come
remark.
on, stop that. There were several suspicious statements, but one is obviously inconsistent. I'll listen carefully, sort out the statements in my head, find the answer. I go
We must consider
over
other
to
possibilities.
Smoogie next.
Surely there
Yep.
must be suspects outside
Stop
the
that.
student council.
That's utterly impossible.
A dead chick can't be the culprit.
Why?
Only student council members had access.
An alibi.
I don't know who the
I
culprit
didn't know
is,
robots told such boring lies.
but it's definitely not me.
There you go.
Robophobic
Nope.
remark.
So nothing in Sumugi stuff. So next is obviously Gonta, so that has to be it. So it's gentlemen.
Surely there must be suspects outside the city council.
There you go.
And
Alibi for last night.
A dead
Oh,
chick
that's
can't be the
weird.
culprit.
Talking to bug friends.
Why?
Only student council members had access.
Much better than being out late. Bug
Robots
friends.
told such boring lies.
But it's
Bug
definitely
friends.
not me.
Better robophobic remark.
Questioning an insect. Shit. There are obviously several suspicious statements.
We must consider other possibilities.
Okay, I can't. Stop looking. That's back door.
A dead
Hold
chick.
on. Since yesterday, she would not unlock the door, only for that. Council, nope. Necronomicon.
Can't be the
Kiki's
culprit.
lockpick. Maybe. Or that's
Only student council members had access.
It's better than being late at night. Oof.
I didn't know robots
Actually,
told such boring lies.
that's probably it. You just dug your own grave there, buddy.
But it's definitely
Alright, and
Student council.
probably impossible.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be
Open
the
the
culprit.
door.
Why?
Only student council members.
Sorry, Kokichi. But you're out of here.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it.
Ooh.
But you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Click. Clack. There, open sesame. That's like the second time we flash back to that.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah,
Did,
I did it. I killed Angie.
hmm?
Wait, what?
Kaito.
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some
Of course it's a joke, Kyo.
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helps. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying.
Because
I'm
we
certain
technically
of it.
saw you.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed
Oh my god.
Angie.
Look at Tenko's little cross thing. It's following her like following her headband hair tie windmill thing. Ugh.
Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit, how did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door
Hell
closed from
no.
the outside.
That's really hard.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What
Oh.
different method?
Right.
Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
Why do we zoom in onto Mew?
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was.
That was the back door. Because it has the gold little flicks on it.
The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
Magnet? I have no idea.
The culprit used a certain tool.
What tool was the culprit used to lock the slide from the outside? Mine. Alright, fine, let's do this shit. Boop. 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 So that's the katana, that's the hilt. That's the sickle? No. I would assume the katana because that's the only thing that makes sense, really. Because the katana was there the entire time. While... Yep. Because it was the only thing inside the room. How they do it, though, it's another thing entirely.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's
Aw.
effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to
Oh,
lock the door.
wait.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because...
But how would they be able to maneuver Kaede's effigy
Because
like
when
that?
the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a
Oh, I'm sure it would ring a bell for you.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school
Oh, what
was
would you like
it?
to know?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the
That's
ritual?
technically not part of it.
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
A different purpose. What could have that been? The culprit somehow used this setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. Side taxi. All right then. Zoom start. All right. So what we got here? Gotta do the Mario Kart thing. So there are enemy cars on the road. Whatever. Easy. What? Tied the... No, what? Why? What turned the handle on the sliding lock? Just need one more. There we go. I'm hitting the side there. There you go. Alright. So what we got? It should be Effigy's hand, the katana's hilt. Boop. Alright. Now we're getting out of Vegas here. Next question. That's a pretty big one. Question mark. I love how that's the one thing. Katana. Whoop. Looking more at the question than the thing. How done? Whoop. Careful now. What was done to the katana? What was done to make the katana turn the lock? I would assume it would swing. I would assume it was to swing the effigy. Yeah, again, getting up against the side of the road here, bud. Back down the Vegas Strip. Katana was stabbed into the effigy. Katana was stabbed into the effigy. Here we go. Alright, now need one more. Next question. It's big as always. The effigy. Whole row of them here. Yeah. More cars on the road. Nope. Damn it. Hit the side, I get bouncing off. Car's just right in the way, aren't you? Oh, that's great. There we go. What the effigy how was the effigy manipulated to affect the lock? Okey-doke. Swinging back and forth, spinning it, making it fall. Yeah, spinning it because that's how Kaede came to be facing forward towards Angie.
It connects.
Gotcha.
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
Yes, I thought.
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place? The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab
And I
was
guess they
locked.
hung up the others just to make it seem like it was consistent, I guess.
By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could it have moved the fly box so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council?
Hey, you
fault?
guys couldn't have known.
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up, so we think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have kept the lock closed.
But how? That's the question.
I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
He's gonna say a lie.
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Of course.
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the
Because he
culprit?
wanted to make it more fun.
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh! Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
You, when you say that.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Wow.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
Oh my god.
What's the matter? You going
Oh,
soft
Jesus.
on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that? You
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, Kokichi. He's going all the way.
Come, dumpster!
Oh my god. Wow. She's actually really into this. Oh my fucking god.
What should we talk about now?
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the
Wow,
student
he's
council.
going on. He's already going back on his statement of trust.
Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. It's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect?
It never
Ooh,
killed
now she's getting
Angie.
really steamed up.
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers
Wow.
speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
You're really taking part of this conversation, aren't you, Kiyo? Jesus.
We might catch them with their pants down.
I'm sure you would like that.
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers, what should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting...
Why did Tenko have to
Oh.
die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I
Okay.
wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not
Uh-oh.
meaningless!
Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Ooh.
Everything you said is
Oh
totally
man.
BS.
Kokichi is just egging her on. Oh dear, she's gonna snap.
You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was...
Ooh, wow.
But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was
Aw.
still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously! It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Yeah. Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together
Aw,
to
there's
find the
Kaito.
truth.
Always trying to be, always believing in everybody.
I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito. All right. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the
Death
curse is
curse.
Death Curse. I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Tenko was our friend. Gonta want to know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed.
Wow.
Slow.
He's gonna say that was all his idea.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Pancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
The people who attended the seance. The seance were Kiyo, Suichi, Himiko, and Kokichi. Kiyo, Suichi, Himiko, Kokichi, and Kiba. And now it was us.
That's it! It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
The only two suspects who overlap are Himiko and Kokichi, technically.
So those 4 are the culprits.
All 4 of us.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4
You're gonna
is
say
really
you're gonna say Kyo, aren't you?
Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room always best for stuff like this. Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
A point of entry from outside. He must be referring to... I guess the floorboard, technically? The floorboards under Tenko were loose. Culprit must have been gone under the floorboard to enter. Tenko was atop of them the entire seance. It's unlikely the floorboards were used. There was another location we could have entered and exited without using that area. Everyone's staring at me. They think I'm a fraud. Alright, fine. In the corner, then.
There! You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
You're getting really into this, buddy. Alright. Is he going in the center, I guess? Cage child, loose floorboard, goes flashlight function.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark.
It wasn't dark.
You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true with the little light you can move around under the floor. Is that possible? Is this it? In order for the preparations around and then the scene, set up a circle. There's a cage child over that. Oh god. Cage child song. Last at last. Circle must take with no light, and the dark plate with no light. I would assume this one is it because they can't.
Sneaked in during the seance. But because it wasn't. You see, our
No,
villain
it's not possible because nope. Okay. When it's dark, there was no need for a light. No. Or are you denying my entire theory? Either way, your evidence is lacking. I made a mistake. I need to think over again.
The culprit
Kibo's
sneaked in during
function
the.
can emit a blinding light from the floor. Yeah, that's the thing.
But
It's a blinding light. That would have definitely been. That would have been.
Because it wasn't. Villain had a light.
This one? Nope. Mother. Alright, I need to stop doing blind. I need to think about this more.
By crawling.
What was this? There's one corner in the room, and there's a space so you can see what was dropped. What was dropped there? Light. Floor. Light.
Because it wasn't.
It's dark under the floor.
You see, our villain had a light.
Light?
No,
You mean
that's not
candle?
it.
I mean, function.
No. Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
No.
Sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on.
Mm-hmm.
The sneaked in
It's either the
during
cage child or the
seance
hole in the floor.
by crawling under the floor.
Don't know which one.
Because it
No, it didn't.
was a light.
Kibo.
Could have used that function to get under
Nope.
the floor.
Sarah is crammed on the floor. There's enough room for a person to move around. Flashlight.
I was wrong. The culprit sneaked in during the.
I want to say it's also. This is probably where the flashlight function comes from. Because it's way too bright for it to be used.
Because it wasn't.
You mean
Function to get under the floor.
Alright, fine.
The culprit sneaked in during the
Do
seance.
wait, loose floorboards? Loose floorboard. There was dry blood in the bottom of the thing. No, that's not it. I'm gonna do the hole in the corner. If not, I gotta seriously. If this doesn't work, I gotta seriously rethink things. Because they're not talking about the blood here. No, what the? So cramped on the floorboard. Fudge. So where? Let me think of this through. Man, I'm getting walled again.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
Villain
You
had a
see,
light.
our villain had a light.
light?
Candle.
You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's
Flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold
Here.
on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murder.
Hold on a second.
What? I'm not getting it. Okay, so the caged child has to be dark. You need 5 people, including the spirit medium. The dark place with no light. First, draw the magic scroll on the ground and just place it on the forehead and stone. Center stone after the. Hold on. Caged child, Kibo's flashlight function. Mew added to Kibo, he can emit a blinding light from his eyes. Sound seance. Sound during the seance. It's completely dark. If I had during this one, completely dark. White sheet. Magic circle, Kyo drew. Marker stone, a loose floorboard. A loose floorboard right below Tenko. It was not loose before the seance. Dry blood on the bottom part of the floorboard. Last moments. A hole in the corner. There was a hole in the corner of the room that the seance was held in. There was a space under the floor, so you can see what was dropped there. It's impossible.
The culprit by crawling under the floor. Because it wasn't under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
There we go. Jesus Christ.
That's wrong.
I guess that was the only one that I hadn't done on Kyo's thing.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad.
You never feel bad for anybody, do you,
I
Kokichi?
neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this.
No, it's definitely not it.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up for?
How do you know?
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Aw,
Thank you.
Ganta.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for dead. That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore
That's
it.
2 past Danganronpa references in one class trial. What do you think of that?
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another
I
issue?
said, you're really leading this conversation, Kyo.
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under
That's
the
not
metal
possible.
cage.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood! I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Then she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
What?
Different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shithead.
Huh?
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and
Jesus.
think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your lipstick brain!
Probably shouldn't say it like that, Mew. Jesus. Sorry if you can hear the siren in the background. Marker stone, iron cage, white dog stat, white sheet.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment
No.
cage was lifted?
Like that.
Oh,
When cage
oh,
lifted,
I see.
Culprit stabbed
You.
Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh Why?
You.
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the
No.
culprit.
There's no sugar.
What's with the freaking rainbow background? Tenko was not killed during the seance? That might not be impossible. It might not be impossible, but there's evidence for it.
When Tenko
I think it's the white
killed,
sheet. Because then, because there's a blood spurt on it. As well as the iron cage. The cage was around 4 feet wide, placed on the underneath. This blood was on the bottom of the cage, and also the white sheet. Blood on the back. Whoopsies. Sorry about that. Blood on the back around the middle of the sheet, so there's no hole, but there's no hole in the fabric. Sheet off of it.
She
The
was
whole
under
time.
the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
Yeah, one.
What about
No, that was it. Jesus. Dingo, I mean, Mew, please. My God, Mew. I think it's with Gonta's statement that I gotta do this on. Oh boy. She was on the cage the whole time. She was dead when the cage was lifted. Lifted. Ha! Nope. Fuck. But Gonta was, I think that only possible if she was killed after Seance.
Oh no!
Frick. Damn it, this one's really kicking my ass. Alright, so... Wait, no, hold on. This is a dog statue,
when
right? No, it was the dog statue. It's a
Tenko
marker
got
stone.
killed,
Marker stone. Crushed over her forehead in the stone. Kokichi. No, that's not it. It's forward, so it's marker stone, iron cage, the white sheet, and the dog statue. Remove it from the cage. I need to see Suichi's like little hint statement at the end.
Cage the whole time. And she was dead.
And crouched over in an iron cage with her forehead on the stone. It was by Kenta's body during the seance.
When the cage was lifted.
The cage, white sheet, dogs.
what about moment cage was lifted? Stabbed him.
Everyone saw no. Cage was lifted. Tenko.
there's no.
Tenko was not killed during the murder. Ah, farts.
When Tenko, it wasn't.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
If that was a white sheet, there's no hole in the fabric. I was the one who placed it over the cage. Maybe. Let's try it. No, wait, shit.
She was dead when the
Because what I'm thinking is, ugh, that doesn't make any sense. I'm thinking is Kyo's saying that she couldn't have, she was under the cage the entire time. But if we think about it, with the floorboard displaced,
When Tenko,
floorboard displaced, maybe it was okay.
could not have
Maybe. Nope. Farts. Spiritual medium must have moved during the seance. It was definitely following the direction. She did not leave the cage. Made a mistake. Farts.
when Tenko got killed,
Because
it wasn't during the seance.
It's around 3 feet wide. The iron cage. No. And maybe it was. Maybe I gotta present this against Aganthus. She was under the cage the entire time. She was dead when the cage was lifted. No.
When cage was lifted.
No. Haunted thing is only possible only after silence.
Oh no! When Tenko...
This is really annoying me.
Done at any... She was under the cage the whole time. She was dead when the cage was
and
lifted.
came back.
Did. When Cage culprit stabbed Tango real fast. Fast, no one saw.
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
Try this. Nope. The culprit was killed her when they opened the cage. Only Himiko could have done it. A mistake.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
Got lifted.
It could not have been
Done
done
at
at
that
any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Ooh, like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tango real fast. So fast, no one saw.
What am I doing?
Oh,
What am I doing wrong?
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Stop this.
There's no...
Then Tenko was not killed during the seance? That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When...
So the only thing that I can think is Kyo's the one who placed the sheet over the cage and removed it off the cage. She was already dead by the time the white sheet was there. Farts. This is getting annoying. Alright. White sheet was there over the iron cage during the seance. It's very thick and cannot be seen through. There's blood on the back of it. Back in the middle. In the middle of the sheet, but there's no hole in the fabric, so that obviously means that the killer was stabbed it down while Tenko was there. What about the marker stone? What does that have to do with anything? Perhaps over in the iron cage with her forehead on the stone. Fuck.
Tenko got killed.
Seance.
It could
It's
not
not
have been
impossible.
done.
There's no
at
evidence that it was.
She was under the
There's no
cage
evidence that
the
it
whole time.
This thing.
She was dead when the cage
Time up.
was lifted.
Alright, fine, whatever. Fine. Debating. Let's try. Can't let it end here. Okay, so. Fine. Should I think of this over? Marker stone, iron cage, white sheet, and dog statue.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. When the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Ooh, like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tango real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Unstained sheet.
Oh my!
Just checking like all the
Who
other
lifted
ones.
the cage?
Insect cage.
It was me.
You say cat statue? Yeah, no.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no to the down!
Statue. Fuck. Tenko was not killed during.
When Tenko got killed,
It was put on top of the iron cage during that.
it wasn't
I don't think
during
the dog statue has to
seance.
do anything with it.
It could not have been done
Time.
at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
I was...
When Tenko got killed, it
The whole time.
I'm just gonna keep trying. Because I know that the white sheet is in it. So obviously. And there's only like two statements. Well, two statements here. Fuck.
And she was dead.
Lifted. Window of time. I don't think Kokichi's statement has to do anything with it.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
Why are there Seigons? Himiko was remove it. Suichi placed it over Tenko. Himiko removed it.
There's no didn't. When Tenko got killed, it wasn't going to
Mm. I don't know why this one's giving me such a hard time. Can't think.
Damn it! When Tenko got killed, it wasn't going to stop. It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. She was dead.
I'm not gonna get a good grade on this.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Nope.
I was just... When Tenko got stopped.
I guess it really is Kokichi's statement, but I don't know what. So we could... What?
She was
Moment Cage was lifted.
I think I see. Because obviously... Because we're stating that... What? Because technically Kyo took off the blanket before the cage was taken off. So
What moment Cage was
fucking shit. What? No. Oh my god. Alright, you know what? Alright, you know what? I'm like so kind of like over this. This is really annoying me. But whatever, it's fine. I was under the cage the whole time.
about moment Cage was lifted.
There we go, mother balls.
That's wrong.
That took me a little bit of a while. I'm not proud of that one.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko... That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Thought I did that already.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel
What?
right here.
You're bouncing back quite fast, aren't you?
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out.
Alright then, let's see what we got here. Little showdown. Let's see. Marker stone, loose floorboard, loose floorboard. Cage going to the floor.
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cave. They stuck the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
What? Nope. Spaz probably. Explanation, bucko.
Oh no!
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. she wasn't that far from the cage's gap. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the and that's none other than Keo!
There must be a hole in Mew's logic somewhere. If you show the evidence, I'll counter. Cage during the seance. I thought it was because it was underneath the floorboards. It's about 6 inches and was about 6 inches, while the iron cage is about 3 feet wide back. Marker stone. Crouched over with a forehead on the stone.
Blades all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage.
Loose floorboard, what's this? The loose floorboard right below light was not loose before the seance. There's part of the dried blood on that one. So it's probably loose floorboard.
It'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Nope. Probably sitting down Oh, she was probably sitting down normally while she was in the cage. That's not it. This is the marker stone.
Blades all you need.
Just saw her little like
If you
thing
stick the
before.
blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
There we go.
I'll cut through
Jeez,
your work.
this is just not my day. Boy.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone, and the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I'm so embarrassed.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the
Oh,
human race.
Kokichi.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
It is from below the floor though.
Yeah, for a living person.
Uh-oh, Kaito. Kokichi's gonna make an occult, like a spooky like claim, isn't he?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
You don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
You right there, Himiko?
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be
Monokuma's
culprits.
gonna jump in here, isn't he?
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that.
wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding
What?
inside the cage? If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
Maki. You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Suicide?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The they she's referring to. Rantaro, obviously. Kaede again. No.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko was the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something
Don't say
smart.
that first word ever again, Kokichi.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end.
If that was true, then why are we here right now?
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Wow,
Naive?
being called out.
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
Well,
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean...
wow, she's totally commandeered the whole training idea from Kaito.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Jesus.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe
That's
in
good,
her.
Himiko. Believe in your convictions.
She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko...
Ah, here we go. We're gonna be split again, aren't we? The proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean it was suicide. And we won't be satisfied with that. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Ah, shit. Looks like we gotta lie.
So far, suicide
Let me
seems to
check
be the
something
best
on Tenko's last moments. Tenko's last moments. Tenko died in the crash position. The injury in the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. Whoa, really?
explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make sure them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far,
Tenko's last
suicide
moments.
seems to be the
I need to
best
lie about that.
explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she true intentions.
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed
It's a really nice
herself with
effect.
it.
Finally, with the last she threw
Yeah, and
the
as I
sickle-
thought, I'll have to
all
get
the
rid of that
pieces.
thing before. Alright, then hopefully this works, and let's hope I don't get walled again. Jesus Christ.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength,
I'll reveal
There
the
we go.
truth.
Maki's probably gonna call me out on it almost immediately, or at least a
Tenko
while.
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
instantly.
Maki knows. He's like, yeah, you're bullshitting, but sure, I'll let it slide. Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
What you gonna do, Maki? You gonna roll with it?
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that.
She's gonna go with it. Alright, let's see.
Tenko died instantly.
What?
Kyo seems very surprised by that.
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
She doesn't look that happy, though. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance? If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this
Didn't
mystery.
see per se, but here. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. There was something... I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. There we go. Sound during the seance, that was obviously it.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance? There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance
Yeah,
failed.
okay.
The ritual was perfect. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the
Song.
song, I heard something fall.
Yep.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black.
Naked.
My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
It was pitch black during the seance. That limits what we could have done. Stay calm. Just stay calm. Think. There must have been some kind of clue.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance? There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed.
Suichi Drew.
The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
While we were all singing the
There
song,
we
I heard something fall.
Nah, that was wrong. Shit.
I'm more
I
concerned.
held it for too long. Bugger. Gotta get back to Himiko statement.
The ritual
Doesn't matter, damn it.
Think about it. I heard something fall.
What? Come on. That thing falls way too quickly. Fine.
My job was to
Grabbing all these white noise.
I heard something fall.
There we go. Nice. That was a lot easier. Holy shit.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
fallen down. There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen
Must have
down,
been
right?
underneath the floor, I would assume.
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound. Like something hitting the floorboard? Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. What? Shot of the flashlight. Place the iron. Fight with the voice. Flashlight during the sound during the seance. The dog. I would assume this one? Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is it!
It's the floorboard. I shouldn't have doubted it.
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
would the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
Maybe like a punch? That is true. There would have been a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it be? What could it be? What could it possibly be? What could it possibly be?
All right, then. Let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Alright, start. Sound during the seance. Cross piece under the floorboard. I would assume that one.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off
Nope.
the floorboards.
That wouldn't make such a loud
Maybe
crashing
you're right.
sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hid under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Are you sure about that?
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls.
Oh, ouch. It's completely dark. I want to say it's floorboards think a less moment. It's on the floor crosspiece. This one. This is support floorboard. Only portion of the floor is supposed to be cut off. It wasn't broken naturally. Purposely cut it.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of
I love how that's an agree statement. It would have been strong enough to impact and not to knock the floorboard loose. If I think about everyone's testimony and combine it with the facts.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Testimony? Kichi, fun part of that. So what do I have to work with here again?
Judging from the sound, there
Blood
must have been
underneath the floor.
considerable
No, that was
force.
from yesterday. I would assume that was actually Angie's blood. Crosspiece on the floor.
Someone...
This was drawn on the floor room that had the seance effect. The bathroom was trampled. After Tenko's body was found, the trample it was possible to check the original shape. Okay then.
who participated in the seance.
I would assume this
Maybe
is
that
the only
person tore off
place.
the
No,
floorboard.
not the tore off.
That wouldn't make such a loud
maybe,
crashing
no.
sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hid under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Stomp.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's
Actually,
staying
yeah.
on the ball.
See that mute?
Stupid.
I think I gotta go with Kokichi's
You're
statement
the
there.
best of...
What could have made a strong impact to knock the floorboard loose? If I think about everyone's testimony and combine it with the facts.
So what made the
Floorboard come loose.
There must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance.
No.
Tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
floor? With such
I would
might.
assume that is it.
I said there was no one under the floor.
Stomped through the...
There it is.
I agree.
Stomp through the floorboard. That wouldn't kick him up, though.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
But floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure, first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did they stand to gain? That was the question. That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully and about the crosspiece in the floorboard. If Tenko's body was on one end of the loose floorboard, the crosspiece had been cut on the other end. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the cross pieces was cut. The other two were intact. Could have been used as a lever. Then one of them was right under Tenko. The other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping the floorboard? Come on, think! Come on, think! Hangman's Gambit, yeah. Lever action? Oh, I guess maybe it's a seesaw. Seesaw. What happened when seesaw? What? Maybe mechanism? Fuck. Seesaw. T? Nope. Seesaw F. Function? No. TS F. F? Nope. Fudge. What happened when the loose floorboard was stepped on? Contraption. E. What? E. No. Oh, effect! Duh. Seesaw effect. Jesus.
I see now.
Alright, got it. That took a little bit of a while.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Huh? A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the
As they
sickle.
prop it up.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? So one place the sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. I would assume the victim in the floorboard, or no? The floorboard next to the cage, on top of the cage. Jesus.
That's it!
That took a lot of head damage.
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble, but the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
But who would have had the time to put
Once
it there?
everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
There it is.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position, but with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking
Well, you gotta
crazy!
be crafty, you know?
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun,
Oh, sure,
know?
you would think so.
They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me
Oh,
entertained.
yeah, because it's all about you, Kokichi. Jeez.
Indeed. Well played,
Mm.
Himiko.
You're quick to point the finger at somebody.
Yeah?
Well,
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the
your
seesaw
text box
homicide.
shifted over a little bit there, Kyo.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be
What?
prepared
No.
beforehand. By cutting the cross piece
Oh.
beneath the floorboard, you mean? Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always the best for stuff like this. I highly doubt that.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Hinko?
Hmm.
Hinko?
Why are you convincing yourself, or why are you surprised with yourself doing that?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
Is it true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea? But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel. Intermission time? There it is. Want to save? I would. But before that, let's go on a little bit of a small break. All right, everybody? All right. So let's take that off screen and, you know, eat, grab a drink, stretch a little bit, do whatever, and I'll see you back in a few minutes. All right? Laters. Okie dokie, everybody. I am back, and I accidentally pressed the button again, so now we're on the save screen, but now we're heading into the next part. Shall we? Alright, then. Well, looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz! A victim, not a culprit quiz. The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden? It is okay. I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take this. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me! Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time. That's the right answer, Monodom. Why? He hasn't said anything. Exactly, because there are no victims. Yup, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of posthumous popularity. Oh, Daddy, you know, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details. Dying to make you popular, then we gotta die soon, too. Monodom can arrange that. Alright, resuming.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Thank God.
I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing
Aw,
my
Monodom.
friends.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Poor Monodom.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No.
Well, at least she's honest. What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to
Because the
survive?
story demands it.
And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up
Aw.
with it anymore.
Himiko.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a
Wow.
complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko.
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died. Alright. Himiko's in the middle now. He's child in the corner, bloody Kokichi. I think that was it.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision,
Nope.
was it not?
Don't think so.
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms,
Empty rooms.
why did you select the middle one? Because you laid your trap
Have a little
there.
toad.
Was Trap only in that
Yeah.
room? Other rooms
Yeah,
may
that
be
was
trapped
it.
too.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap.
Your opinions are empty words.
Aw, Himiko. If the culprit's plan were to make Himiko a suspect, they might have persuaded her to choose that room somehow. But how? And what would that tell us?
Performing
It would be bloody
in that
Kokichi
room
because it seems that the trap was also in the other rooms because he dropped down through the floor.
because you
Was other rooms may be
There we go. Aw, hit him. Kanta's cute.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the
Oops.
same. They were...
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
He's sleeping. That's a new sprite.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
I guess. There was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on. There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
You seem rather shocked there, Kyo.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory.
Aww.
All trying to keep our
Kaede was
promises to
first.
the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility.
Oops,
We
sorry about
live
that.
on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
All right, I'm not gonna save
There
the
we
pain
go.
anymore.
Nice.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Newfound vigor.
Do not say everyone.
Ah, come on,
After all,
Kibo.
the Blackened is still among us.
Hey, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Thanks.
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic.
Well,
Well, that's one possibility. But I think it might have been something else.
why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason. Maybe because of this magic circle, I guess. It seems it was like on the outer edge of the circle.
This is it!
Because Kyo said it was you can't step on it.
It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Also, it is dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans, too?
That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit... There's no doubt in my mind. They're the one who killed Tenko. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive. Sorry. But it was you, Ganta! No. Kyo.
It has to be you! Kyo. Was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick, but that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool
Oops,
in this
I think I interrupted Suichi there.
Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
Oh, now he's snapping.
What is so funny? I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance? I see.
No,
That is
because he made it. He would know exactly where it is. He would know which like thing it is. Huh?
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
The culprit stepped on the exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine. The culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put on the Without the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it. That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see. They used... How did they use the cobalt? Maybe... A sixth sense. Maybe... Touch? Maybe he felt the salt.
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see. They felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene. I know it. And another Hangman's Gambit? Oh, mother balls. Shit. Use a marker to position himself in the dark. Farts. I don't even know the first clue. I was assuming it was the salt. Maybe it's the magic circle again? Yep, magic circle. Nah. Magic. Let's see. R. Circle. No, that's an O? No, this is not a C. Sir. Yeah, and I mean L. Yeah, L and an E. L. E. There.
I see now.
Done.
That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
How would you say? What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the
No,
corners
but there
of the room.
was. Wasn't there?
So what?
Hold on. Let me see the document. Let me see the truth bullets again. Magic circle drawn by Kyo. I can't see it. I think there is a line there though. Because look, if you see in the top right and the top left corner, there is a line of salt there.
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed
You could have
it.
made it to like the
Yes?
edge of the circle, and then followed it from there.
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly
No, you didn't.
memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt all but guaranteed it will be temporary. The investigation itself would have been gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention,
you have
please?
freaking cameras in your eyes, don't you, buddy? And I'm sorry that there's another siren going on in the background. I'm trying to talk over it.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention,
That's the
please?
second time you said that.
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Nope, there, he's going again.
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just
Aw,
wanted everyone
Kibo.
to listen to me.
About what?
I had Mew add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that.
Oh my god, Mew.
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
So, a camera.
Image recording?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
From his mouth.
From your mouth?
I've also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kiva's mouth. Yeah, see, look. So this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? Do 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 do. Sorry, Kia, but you're done.
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
We're eventually gonna have to return to Angie's murder soon, but
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And
aw,
because
come
of
on,
Kibo,
Gonzo, don't
too.
sound so reluctant.
Hey, where's my thing? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Best not wanting to know, Kaito. With Mew, you know it's gonna be bad.
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor
Sure.
my health. Specifically,
What?
I make Kibo use that. You're what? Why?
Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut
My God,
bacteria
Mew.
quality. Plus, taking a satisfying See? You're all grossed out. This bitch down your tooth. No one
Oh my god, Himiko.
Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deduction.
Ooh. He's fighting back, isn't he?
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Alright then, let's see what we got here. Marker stone, arcade, white, dog statue. I'll assume dog statue.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
There we go. Advance!
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I listen. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I
No,
am
it's the
not
white,
the
the white
killer.
sheet. I'm sure that Kyo is the culprit. He had a way of getting that murder weapon. I can prove it.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut
Sorry,
through your
Kyo. Your dialogue is amusing to voice act, but sorry.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kia. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly
Well,
correct.
at least you're admitting it. Jesus. What?
It's correct. Then why don't you
Eh,
give
that
up
kind of
already?
already did sound like one.
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma.
He's trying to rush the vote and...
But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself,
Because he's in the
will
because
die.
he's using Angie's murder, saying I didn't murder him, so you can't execute me.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed
What?
Tenko.
Are you saying you wanted to be found out?
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no
This
other
is
way
where
to look at
this
it.
is where the debate scrum is gonna happen.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit
There we go.
was you. Wowee! This argument is getting intense. At times like this, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial ground.
Yippee! I've been waiting
Yeah, these are
for
always
this.
fun.
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Well, then what's... Split opinion. Here we go. It's always so fun. It's always such a fancy animation too. So Gonta, vote now, or don't vote yet. Oh wow, only 4 of us. Jesus.
Kyo killed Tenko
Kyo.
and Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Wow, wait.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Oh.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just
Mm.
vote now?
Kyo's confession was shocking, but we can't be certain until he's the Blackened. We need to match up our ideas and persuade them all at once.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie.
Kibo, we don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her.
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second Blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death.
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Alright, crouch bind. Let's go. Nope. Nope. There we go. Only 4 people. Jesus. I wonder how that's gonna hold up as we get later into the game.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene was the other thing, not the cross piece. There's the dry blood underneath the floor.
This is it! The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's plot?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it, but the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because the air was dry. It happened before the seance. It was before Tenko was killed. Yep. But the bloodstain was rather far. I screwed up a thing of a fraud. Oh no! It was from the investigation. It happened before the seance.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
It should be more... That should make it clear whose blood it was. It was Angie's. Kokichi's.
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her
I don't think
research
so.
lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprits didn't enter her lab, but waited for her
That still would have been
to
hard
come out
because she was supposedly working on the ritual all that time.
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely
Sure
from
you
the
did.
start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in the rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Looking at you, Kyo, sorry. Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or... Alright, so we got... FB's hung upside down the gold leaf, the Necronomicon, and the caged child.
The art
Hold on.
research lab.
What did the thing have to do? The effigies, size and shape of the effigies matter. Burn the blah 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 blah. It's not obvious when the name is at sea. Sprinkle the ashes and close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. Good news for once. So we have the caged child.
Is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
She wanted
That's
a
it.
candle. Keep herself
No.
awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, me.
I know. She needed the candles because of the fire. What did Kokichi see? Did something Angie did. There has to be a clue there.
The art research lab.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it. She wanted a candle.
There we go.
I agree.
Thought so. Because she doesn't have any lighters.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, her taking wax play.
You just shut up.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. So many reoccurring flashbacks.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood under floor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance.
Yes?
If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a 2 as well.
Wow.
Or maybe...
He's buttering her up.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was knocked unconscious first. That's where the lacerations on the forehead came from. She got hit. I don't know. Knocked out, moved to the art room, stabbed there.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence for that. It's Monokuma File 3. Nope. Okay, fine. Fuck. Alright. Tsumugi slab, Kokichi. She's hanging upside down. Forehead injury. It's not bleeding as much as it should. This one. Fine. Jesus. Fine, I jumped the gun on that
The
one.
fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from the katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear.
Oops.
What are you all talking about? All clear. What is all clear?
Kyo, you okay?
What are you?
He's snapping. Finally.
What are you all? You what?
What the balls?
I will not fear. I will not back down.
You have lipstick. Holy shit.
Sweet Korekio, calm.
Oh, wait a minute. You have split personality, don't you? Jesus fuck.
Their words are all hollow. There is no
Where'd you get
meaning
that,
to
like,
them.
eye makeup too? Jesus. What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay,
Ugh.
I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the
Why did it switch to Mew?
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all.
It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all!
Are we gonna do another thing? Okay. I thought we would get into, like, the argument thing. Bloody duct tape, probably.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if we wiped them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere.
There we go.
Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
Because it was covered up. It was a good thing I missed the first one then.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid
Whoopsies.
of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
It must have been a...
Oh, now you're starting to do the Atua thing. Alright.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Sorry, Kyo. But it was you.
It has to be you!
Again, you were fun to voice act. But
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? No, it's true.
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
You killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the
One of
murders
them.
was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
the murder, that was an accident. The murder was an accident. Tenko? No way. No. The way that Tenko was killed required meticulous preparation. Suichi. Suichi, please tell me. I want to know everything I can. Staring at me, I think I'm a fraud. Oh no! So it was Angie's.
That's it! Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then he should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you killed two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Koreki.
Still, I don't know what the hell this is.
Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter.
You were zooming in closer into her face. Oh god.
You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone. Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing
Split personality
lipstick?
or... Frick. Ah, I had it in my head. That disorder where people like have like imaginary friends.
How loudly you.
Ah, mother.
This is a trivial
That's gonna
matter.
bug me.
I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses.
No.
Well said. Good job, Coretta.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you can see his entire face grows paler with makeup as well as like eyeshadow.
Creeps me the
Why are you
fuck
making that
out!
face? No evidence? There's no evidence that he killed Angie?
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Oh Jesus.
Apologize.
He/she is like spazzing out. Jesus.
Apologize, 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 apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. Now here's the time. Oh Jesus.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
Nope.
Yes, I'm not the culprit.
So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
Nope.
Yes, I'm not the culprit.
So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
Nope. You lost your doll.
Why must you force your delusions on us?
Nope.
Your logic? That's merely a delusion.
Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless.
Oops.
Why must
Hey,
you
these are
force
getting
your
complicated.
delusions on us?
Your logic? That's merely a delusion.
Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us?
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me.
Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize.
Jesus Christ Almighty. There's a lot to look
Not
here.
the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me.
Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize.
Jesus Christ Almighty.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all
Error?
wrong, not
What
me.
balls does that mean?
Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize.
Oh God. Oh God.
I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me.
Final blow.
You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Floorboard.
It ends here.
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw
Yeah,
trick.
that's what I thought.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
Murder weapon.
There was a small patch of dry blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that
Lacerations.
floorboard.
Probably from like splinters or something.
There's also the blood stain under the floor to consider.
Nope.
For that to beat the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have
Could have
splattered beneath.
dripped from the floorboard.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
That must have been fun for the voice actor.
I believe that while Keel was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with a floorboard.
Did you really have to say that word?
All you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
You gonna be alright there, bud?
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Chief, please, put an end to this. For Andy and Tenko's sake. End this
I will.
trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Keel, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Closing argument time. Let's do this. First saw the room. So we have the lock, duct tape. We also have removed floorboard. Who was the culprit with the saw? Who was the culprit with the saw in the empty room? I'll take Angie unconscious. This one. Ooh, wow. So, who was compressing the injury on Angie's head? That was the duct tape. Oh, she looks so vulnerable here. The weapon that killed Angie. That was. Move the gold leaf katana. Wait, the path is made of salt. Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana? That was Kaede. Handle, spin katana. Here we go. Move. Who unlocked the door? That was Kokichi. Was just the small stone Himiko brought. So the iron cage. This one. Kokichi. Who besides Kokichi? This one. Made of salt, and then everything else is. Let's move back, then go back up front. So, how did the magic circle get erased by everybody else? This one. Jump! Oh, when the culprit approached the toe. No, that's not it. This one. Sorry, Kokichi, that was me, Suichi! And then, when Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? That was Kokichi. The little stinker. Whose effigy was Kaede. I love how they censored that, technically. And then, the very first one. There it is.
This is the truth
Alright.
of the case.
See you guys in a few seconds.
Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, The culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting cross pieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
And with that, we have completed this case.
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
You gonna be alright there, bud? You're really... Oh.
Sweet Korekio. There are times when it's necessary to admit defeat.
Well, at least he understands.
Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes.
Taking this with grace and dignity.
Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100.
100?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate. I was so close to 100.
I don't think your... I'm getting the feeling that your definition of friends is the same as ours.
What are you talking about? I do not understand.
And you still in that post.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already. Roger that. One voting time coming up.
The heart racing
He's gonna get cut off.
The heart racing excitement.
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off.
It's voting time.
Maybe Monodom's gonna be killed off by Monotara and Monofani. Well, time to vote. Kaede, Rantaro, Tenko, Kurumi, Angie, Ryoma. Sorry, Kyo, but it was you. I actually really did kind of like him, though. He was kind of serious. He was a little creepy, but
The voting has finished.
I don't know.
Let's see the result.
Is Kyo gonna like spite vote against us or something, or one of us? No, he voted for himself, I think.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Well, verdict time. And the slots machine says, or well, roulette machine, Kyo! So many monocoins. Let's see how we did on the grade. Oh my god. Oh yeah, number 7 was horrid. I still got an A. Still pretty darn good, though. I only really got caught up here. Jesus Christ. Well, next. Let's see the motive. Wow! Seriously? You're correct again! Amazing! This is the third correct verdict in a row! You managed to get 12 correct verdicts in a row. You'll proceed to the bonus. If you manage to get 12 verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round. How's this going to last that long? It's finally over. No, not yet. I haven't had his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko? Yeah,
Right.
no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have. Motive? Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did it trigger a murder? Don't tell me, you were actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaido. Shut up! I never said I was scared! The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it? Because we're friends, I'll tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that. So, it has nothing to do with the motive? Then why? For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for. Oh god. Oh dear, what the balls?
I love her with all my heart. And she loves me
What
with
is
all
this
her
scene?
heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intent.
Love how we're not seeing her
no
face.
what anyone says.
And I'm sorry that has to happen. Jesus Christ Almighty. The city. Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you! Some of us aren't that lucky. So, to see this love of yours, you had to escape. That's why you killed Angie and Tenko. But why did you have to kill both? If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no. Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Is it that woman thing caricature that you put on sometimes? Inside? Don't look at me, I'm not his lover. What the fuck? Calm down. Yeah. No one would ever want a discussion shit stuff bitch like you anyway. Aw. Mew, please. Kyo, who is this? Who is this person you love?
Hey.
Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy. I mean inside me. Oh, fudge, okay. This got really weird all of a sudden. Brother. Yes, the one that I love lives inside me. My dearest sister! His sister? Don't look at me, I'm not his sister. Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed himself already. Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover? It's not my... Is it not that difficult? My sister is my lover. He's gonna reveal his thing. Oh, there we go again. No physical connection.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so
Jesus
deeply.
Christ Almighty.
The fact that we were siblings.
Well, good for you, bucko.
They called it forbidden love, but none could stop.
So, oh dear. So Romeo and Juliet, but with incest. I see. So that's the man you are.
Oh, how I long for my sister.
So that's why you killed, huh?
The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
I swear, Kodaka, the story person who
for my beloved sister,
who writes all of the Danganronpa series, probably had a field day with this guy. That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to. You had to escape from here, right? No, I had to kill for her. What?
Huh?
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital, ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely. Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister. Deceased? Huh? Deceased?
Do you
My
understand?
sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved
For sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends. Oh dear. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm sorry, dude. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being friends, for sister's friends. What?
Huh?
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister's very happy. Yes, Korkio, I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely. Yeah, that's what I thought. Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is...
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother. What the hell?
What?
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught, I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am
She visited me
pleased.
during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely. That's
Korkio.
wonderful, Korkio. Your love made the impossible possible. Are you serious? This is really a spirit? He's just delusional. What a sad girl. You can't even believe in the power of love. That was not the answer she wanted to hear. Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick. You said you killed a lot already, right? So, it wasn't just the two you've killed here. What?
What was that?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here. Nope. Wow. Kyo and I think Kaito's sleeves popped in for a second. You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose to get from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh? Do not make me out for some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sister's friends. Only girls? Only girls. I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium, before that, let us choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. You said it would work best if it was a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here. And besides Maki and Mew, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sister's friends. All worthy. Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care. Then the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in my place. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Andy's spirit should go in. Why is it now panning over to Tenko? No, I'll do it. Excuse me. Himiko, you would have been great. But Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for a sister. She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Huh? Infiltrate? Really? But how did you? It was obvious to me. I have studied many people. Yes, she stood up against the
and let's
darkness
see.
of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for a sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Though, I was planning on having you become sister's friend too, eventually. What?
No way!
You do all that for... Wow! So you did all that just to kill? For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the cursed child, the caged child. You just so you could use it to kill someone, right? It interested me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
For my
I wanted to
beloved
kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling. Kaito, you gonna be alright, bud? Kaito!
Are you okay?
You look kinda Are you okay? You look kinda pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now. Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place. But Angie walked in on me preparing and I ended up killing her a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would have been a shame just to waste the Scion's trick I prepared. You're talking like you killed her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister. Korkio, you're such a thoughtful little brother. But it was bad to get greedy. You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korikio's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand. That right? Killing 2 friends for a dead sister? That wrong! That's so wrong! Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death. Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost. That's right. That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I'm always by Korikio's side. Thank you, sister. I love you. Cut it out already! I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing makes sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair? Because death is unfair. Yeah. All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths. Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Yep. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. Oh, don't be so sure. If people were watching this? Knock off the bullshit! Only sick fucks would ever enjoy watching this. Hell yeah! If I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching!
So then...
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to your friends. I think I shall go and see her now, my beloved sister. I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now. It's alright, sweet Korikio. Come to me. Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started. It's the moment you all been waiting for. Punishment time! Punishment time?
Huh?
My beloved sister, at long last, I'll finally get to see you again. Yes,
That's right.
yes. From now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others. Wait! I can't accept this! Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that cannot be accepted. Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease? The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes? What?
Was that?
That was the answer I've reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate anthropologist, Korekiyo Shinguji. I will watch over you all as a ghost. And as your friend, I will watch over you. It won't be just me and Korekiyo. All those who died will be watching. I'll be watching to see how you face the death of your friends. I'll be watching forever and ever. Oh dear, I'm sure Kaito's gonna be traumatized for life now. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. I can't do the high punishment time voice, just saying. But yes, I'm also gonna mute my mic for this so we can get the full extent of this. And with that, it seems Korekiyo was exorcised. What? No, Monodam, why? Oh, there she goes. What the? To think my cute child would commit suicide. Ah, it's so cute. So freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. Monodam committed suicide. I know this would happen. If I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodam was obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him. Yes, the other Mono Cubs drove him to suicide, but not me. Hey, who's Monodam? Huh? You already forgot? That's kind of scary. Well, it looks like another class trial is wrapped up without incident. So, I'm gonna take back this here Necronomicon. Seems like a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster. Shut up! How long are you gonna keep talking about that? Ignore him.
told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He was just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic. I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if we do that, right? Who can say? What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Which one? Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's just been the two of us this whole time. It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead. Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead. Living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up, leave me alone. But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy. Yeah, you're right. Well,
You're right.
that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have. Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta want to protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. I don't know. I don't want Suichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials. Yeah. You're right. Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When you gonna use that, huh? I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent. Huh? It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. Maki. I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling as a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Maki rolls one of my sidekicks. Uh-oh. I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll? Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. You're right. Only 9 people left now. Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math. Hey, Gonta ain't no dumbass. That's right, 7 pieces of shit. Fuck you. By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces? Just 9 of us. Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking, right? Right? No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable. But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on a god, spirits, or the dead. Just you guys. I believe in you all. All of you.
Okay.
Kaito. You're right.
Well, of course.
Those of us who remain can start over. Hold up, Keyboy. Hold up. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept. Yank your head up and smash it into the ground with all your strength. Got that? I've never heard of such an intensive form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now, even though we're missing her. Hey, you gonna be alright, Himiko? Himiko!
You alright?
You okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta! I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her. I remember how I felt. Oh, got to understand. God, Himiko is such a liar. Huh? Personally, I think lies are exactly a bad thing. Yeah, right. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the truth. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know. You alright? What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings for a bit. I only say this because I thought about it. Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's holding back. Hey! What are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. Tenko and Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you two. But I gotta survive. I still can't go to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you. Himiko. Damn it! Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying. I swear, if it's gonna pan out to see everybody, the tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. Yes, we get it. Whoever has that motorbike, you have a small dick. Jesus. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However... Aww!
Is she hard
Aw,
to carry,
she's all
Toto?
tuckered out.
No, she fine.
He looks so like content. He looks like a dad.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then go and carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back,
What?
you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bite
Oh,
poking ya.
I see.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Sonta is a gentleman after all.
It says morning, but it's nighttime. While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. You alright there, buddy? Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. Are you sure? You sure?
Well,
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You worried about me? Yeah, worried about your stupidity. ship them now. Ha! Still haven't warmed up to me, huh? Maybe not. But I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore. Yeah, 'cause of me! Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But you sound like you're bragging, Kaito. Heh, but like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead. Sure.
Okay.
Got it. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito. I guess he really is sick. Oh shit.
Damn it. I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here.
Kaito, are you terminally ill?
No way.
I need to finish this social link. I need to finish it, damn it. Transfer student from beyond the grave. Now, 9 people remaining. To be continued. The mysterious mask. Graveyard slot. Yes, I will save. But this is where I'm gonna stop everything. This is where I'm gonna stop everything, alright? This is where I'm gonna end off. Alright, guys? And with that, the 3rd class trial has been put to an end. And now, with Himiko with newfound vigor, let's hope that we can see her trying even harder from now on. Alright, everybody? I'll see you all in the next stream. Laters!